What's up, Ascenders? Today we're doing Ironclad Ascension 1. Last week we were on a bit of a win streak. We're on Ascension 0, so, I mean, it's not the most impressive win streak in the world, but even so, happy to jump into Ascension 1 where things start to get a little bit different. As I said last week, elites spawn more often, which kind of, in a way, makes it easier almost, rather than harder, as long as you can handle what comes your way. So let's just hop right in. We'll see if I eat my words like I said last time. I believe. Oh, these are cool. The reason I say that is because I believe that the elites being a little more present on the map means that because of the newfound density, there's higher odds that there are better paths with more campfires to elite ratios. And in my experience so far with Slay the Spire 2, that has been very, very much true. And it's been so long in Slay the Spire 1 since I played without the higher elites ascension, kind of. I just, honestly, I just forgot how much the elite density was affected, honestly. But I really strongly think that Ascension 1 might actually be easier than Ascension 0. So we're going to see. We're gonna give it a test, a little look-see. Mark up the map a little bit. I'm excited to play, can you tell? I'm hopping right in. I'm not even waxing poetic about anything. So we're fighting the Soulfish. Soulfish, it gives you a bunch of cards, status cards in your deck. I can't remember what they're actually called, but they have 1 cost and they deal 6 damage to you if you don't play them. And I think that they just take away from your HP and bypass any block you put up. So that's rough, buddy. Let's see. See what I mean? This is interesting. Fire Elite, Fire Elite. I know that sounds scary, but there's like 4 combats in a row where you could get good cards first. So you have like a good amount of power and you get an upgrade and then you fight an elite. If you really need to heal, you can heal. And if you don't need to heal, you can smith and then fight another elite. Pretty strong. The part that's questionable is this, because there's no way to heal between these two. It's not bad. Another neat one is this, or this. Or I guess this. Because the fact that you could go elite, fire, and another elite, and then a fire is always good. I think I do kind of like this because this is a good pivot point right here. You could go to the fire if you're feeling strong after you fight this elite. You could go up here, or you could go here. Or if after this fire you're not comfortable fighting an elite yet and you want a little more power first, you could go here and get a relic or something. It's also like this. Maybe if they have money, then we could shop first. I'm going to stop marking the map and look at what Nia's got for us. So the lava rock is interesting, right? Because you could get 2 relics, you just got to wait. You got to be confident in your ability to fight the boss for some delayed gratification. And I am down for some delayed gratification. Pomander, you could also upgrade a card. The only card in the Ironclad starter deck I would ever upgrade is Bash. The Bash upgrade, do not scoff at. +1 vulnerable stack on a 2-cost card. Like, Bash is one of those cards you kind of have to play, and it's hard to play because of the 2 costs. So the extra vulnerable means that you have to play it slightly less often, which makes your hands better, typically. And if, obviously just more damage in general. Precarious Shears, remove 2 cards from your deck, take damage. I'm the Ironclad, I have Burning Blood, I heal 6 every combat. Give me the Precarious Shears. It's like barely a decision. I'll just do 1-1. That seems pretty good. I love the ability to cull the trash in the deck right away, man. That's awesome. What do I want to do, though? If we go this way to the right, we got a lot of power, a lot of power, a lot of power, a lot of power, but it's questionable. By then, I should have momentum to carry through. I mean, I am the Ironclad. But you also only get 2 fires. It's 3 elites, 2 fires. Go this way, on the left. We could get 1, 2, 3, 4, just like over there, but we don't have a fire before the elite this way. And then if we make it through, then we get our first fire. Second fire, we still only get 2 fires, but we could have 1, 2, 3, 4 elites rather than 3. It's a little more dangerous early, but as pivot points, if I go hard right, I can't back out at any point, and that really sucks. The only place I could back out is right here, and that would be rough because it's not really a super high value path after backing out. So I think I will go to the left. Seems reasonable enough. See what I mean? If we had the bash upgrade, then we would still have vulnerable on this turn, which would make it a little easier. But we have lethal anyway. So fighting the soulfish, something that we need is a way to exhaust the statuses that it gives you. That would be really beneficial to our survivability in that fight, which is why immediately the moment I saw Second Wind, I got a little bit excited. I think we're going to take that for the boss. That being said, it also helps a lot of the enemies. They give you slimed or dazed. Well, we're on alternate act 1, so I think there's less that give you slime, but it'll still be useful. It's a good defensive card for the long haul. It's just solid, man. You always got to remember, turn 1, these guys are free. Turn 2, front guy gets thorns. Turn 3, back guy gets thorns. And repeat. So you got to be careful about that when you're fighting these guys. Also, I don't want to take any more damage. Going well. Okay. We have a pretty tiny deck, and we exhaust our deck even more so I'm really tempted by a Rampage right now. It seems like a pretty good angle from which to do damage, especially to the early elites here. Wow. That's a crappy first turn. I guess we're just eating 8. That's not lethal. That's lethal. Okay, so we have 1 more before the first fight. I really don't want to have to pivot away. I want to try and do this fight, so we need to keep that in mind. We have really solid damage solution here in Rampage for the first elite. But if we get the Phantasmal Gardeners, it's going to be a hard fight. And I think this really helps with the Phantasmal Gardeners. Breakthrough is a really strong card for that fight. Now, I would be really happy to see something like... For my next card reward here, something like... I haven't seen Power Through yet, so I think the defect stole that from the Ironclad and Slay the Spire too. But I would like to see a good black card. Maybe... Obviously, I can't get my hopes up for a rare, but like obviously stuff to the effect of Impervious would be good. I'd love to see Flame Barrier here, or Blood Wall here, or something to that effect as my reward. That would be wonderful. I don't want you to gain strength. This guy gains strength when he hits you if you don't block it, so. And I kind of had a feeling this would come up. So, let's do this. Ow. Do I have lethal next turn? As long as I hit him once, yeah. Oh, whirlwind. I know I did just take breakthrough, though. That's kind of sad. feel like Fight Me is really strong. I've never tried it. The fact that it costs 2 makes it a little difficult to play. It's a pretty good attack. The gain strength part's awesome. The give strength part's rough when you don't have any block in your deck like this. I almost think it's an Inflame just so I could kill things faster. This might be really rough if it's Phantasmal Gardeners, I'll tell you what. Okay. Skulking Colony might be best case scenario for the first boss fight here. Let me go ahead, let me do that, and... block some. I need to kill quickly. The fact that it can only take 20 per turn means that I need to, like, really focus on dealing exactly 20 at least every time. Oh, that's rough. No reason to deal the damage to myself. Alright. We're good. We got through it. We have an attack potion. That'll help with the next boss fight, hopefully. So will the Venerable Tea set, because it's right after a fire. Also, this is right after a fire, so the Venerable Tea set makes me want to do this a lot more often. What do we got? Juggernaut would be interesting if I had better block solutions, but it triggers on every card that Second Wind exhausts when you play it, so that's kind of cool. It doesn't make me want it, though. Iron Wave is a block card that doesn't get exhausted by Second Wind, so I think I will take one. Just one, though. Handled that pretty easily. This is interesting. Forgotten Ritual goes pretty well with second... Well, no, it doesn't, because... It only goes well if you could draw it after you play Second Wind, because Second Wind would exhaust it. Really good card, though. Another block solution would be True Grit, and it would also help in the boss fight. Which, as far as I'm concerned, is reason enough to go for it. I think... It's got to be Breakthrough, right? Because if we get Phantasmal Gardeners, we really need the damage. And we did get them. Okay, and we did get them. Good, 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 good. Let's see what the attack potion gives first. Unrelenting is interesting here. Damage to you. Damage to you. Damage to you. Damage to you. Hit you, hit you. And then... taken a little bit more. So far, I think I've taken 10 damage this fight. Could be a lot worse. So if I block, I take 5, but if I bash and kill, I take 7, but I kill. Rather take 5, because I could do... something like that. Alright, that worked out. We have a fire potion and a bag of marbles. Now that's going to be incredibly helpful. The fire potion will help us in the next elite combat, for sure. And obviously bag of marbles is, like, extra vulnerable. Come on, are you kidding me? Definitely yes, right? Also, looking at this a little closer, I love that the bag of marbles, now you can see that the front marbles here have, like, a little, like, they're real marbles. The artwork in the first game didn't do that, I don't think. We're already getting our deck reduced really fast by these two. So, I don't know. If I make extra copies of Anger, I could use True Grit to hit copies of Strike or copies of Anger and kind of keep the deck balanced in a way. Whoops. Or is it a second True Grit angle here? I don't know. I definitely want to upgrade one True Grit, and I want to upgrade one Rampage, probably in the reverse order. I will take an Anger. I'm not taking this fight, though. I'm going to be a little bit on the safer side, because my HP is a little on the lower side. Also, Permafrost is pretty nice. Helps me get in Flame Out much more easily. And you love to see that. We'll take one to do all of that damage. Sounds good. Oh, they're living, huh? Nice. Radiant Tincture is pretty good, too. Nice. Okay. With this getting rid of our skills, I almost think one more Iron Wave is actually good, but I also kind of feel like it's a trap. I'll take it, though. Alright, so we want to get Rampage for the damage right away. And we're hopping into this fight. Oh! I was looking at what I drew, but actually the fight's over here. Also, I didn't mean to click that. I was going to say that and then go this way and try to avoid a fight, but my finger slipped, so I guess I'm here now. Oops. Nine, 18, 25. I can kill the front guy this way, and it'll stun. And then I can... See, it's this exact reason why this card is really useful. You saw that, right? You saw how potent that was for Act 1, right? It's been really good so far. Also, we really want Battle Trance here. It pairs so well with Second Wind when we want to get rid of the statuses coming up. Also, we have no card draw yet. That is awesome. Okay, we got Terry. I was kind of hoping for a second Skulking Colony, because to my knowledge, like in Slay the Spire 1, I'm pretty certain, could be wrong, but pretty certain, that you can't get the same elite twice in a row from clicking on an elite icon on the map. I don't know if there are any events in this game that give you an elite fight like in Spire 1 with things like the Coliseum and stuff like that, but so far, to my knowledge, I've never gotten 2 in a row, which was the design intention of the first game, so I'm almost positive that it still is. Alright, I think we're gonna... hope we... I don't know if we'll struggle with this. I hope we don't. Let's go ahead and hit this first. And I'm okay with 2. We need to make progress in the fight. Wow, that is a bad pull. Let's go ahead and, well... I'll hold off on the fire potion in case I need it. It doesn't matter when it gets used right now, as long as it does get used. Which is something to note. And it's a good thing I did, because I kept it. Skill potion, nice. Vambrace! Really nice. Love to see that. Vambrace is a good-ass card. Okay. Do I need a bloodletting? I now have Battle Trance, so my deck has access to card draw. Which means that if I take bloodletting, then I can accelerate the deck a bit. I do have the bash that I want to play almost every time I draw it right now. So I'm thinking maybe. What? Is it necessary? Maybe not. It's 3 HP. On turns in this boss fight coming up where I don't have second wind, but I draw a bunch of statuses, I could play this to help me get them in play, but then at what point is this actually benefiting me? Because otherwise I would just play the other cards drawn in my hand. Like, imagine I have 2 statuses in this in my hand and then 2 other cards, right? It's like, well, what is playing this even, like, help? It only helps if I draw it with Battle Trance in the same situation, which is slightly less... Yeah, I'm just gonna skip. I think this kind of sucks. I think the... Alright, so let's think about this in terms of what we're giving up first. In this boss fight against the Soulfish, I think we are going to want to pop the Radiant Tincture the moment Bash gets drawn in hand, or maybe even earlier, depending on context. The skill potion could be extremely useful in a scenario where I either really desperately need to card draw, or to exhaust, or to block. And the fire potion is 20 damage. So that's worth giving up by comparison, because my deck does genuinely do good damage. That being said... what am I getting, right? Upgraded uncommon power seems pretty good. The Ironclad has a lot of good uncommon powers, like Stampede, for example. Stampede goes pretty well with what we... well, maybe not, because we're using Anger. I don't know. It seems like it goes well. Yeah, it seems like it does. With Iron Waves and stuff. But we're going to need the Radiant Tincture in the fight, I think. Maybe more so than, you know... I'll just take the common skill. An upgraded skill I'll never say no to, basically ever. Oh, well, we found an upgraded copy. We also found an upgraded copy of True Grit. And a Shrug It Off. I think Shrug It Off is pretty good. But I'll take a True Grit, because I think it might be better for this fight. We're at half health. But our damage is really good, and we have decent block going on. So I think I could get away with just sneaking in another True Grit upgrade. Let's just hop in. I think this is fine. Okay, so we're getting an Inflame off literally just right off rip. That is good news. As well as dealing 35, 46 damage right off rip. Love that. Love that for us. A turn 1 Inflame with the bag of marbles goes really fucking crazy. Love that. True Grit, Exhaustive Strike, Anger, Iron Wave, Defend. Beckon, that's what it's called. And yes, it says lose HP. It doesn't say take damage, it says lose HP, so very good. Now, Second Wind is in the discard, but there's a True Grit as 1 of 4 in my draw, so I could grab it if I get lucky. Or it could exactly be the card that doesn't get drawn. That is unlucky, but that's fine. Let's pop the Radiant Tincture. Let's hit with a Beckon. We're going to tank this hit because I want to do a bash and I want to hit the first Rampage. We need the damage scaling right now. For a second, I thought this was Thorns, and I looked up, like, where the hell are my Thorns coming from? But no, it's just the Radiance icon. Interesting. Yeah, so we're going to get rid of Beckon. Him. You know, it's interesting that this run offered me a Juggernaut when I have multiple copies of Iron Wave. It's also bullshit that this guy's intangible on the turn Regi Rampage. Okay, so now I am vulnerable for 3 turns, but it's not even attacking right now, which is good. So there's 2 Beckons in here, so I'm hoping to draw them. Okay, I was also hoping to draw this, but beggars can't be choosers. Get it out of the deck, hit him with that, move on, move along. Interesting about the Soulfish is that when he adds the multiple copies of Beckon into your deck, as you saw, 1 went over into the draw, 1 went over into the discard. And then my discard shuffled, and so they all ended up in the draw. But it's interesting that he gives you some for now and some for later. I kind of like that. It's a good balance for this fight. Also, I'm really happy that I happened to draw 2 of the Beckons, because the way that discarded and everything with the Second Wind, that is really hype. Love that. So yeah, it's 51. I'm taking 14, going down to 11. I think I'm going to hold on to this, because I might be able to just gun him down before he kills me. Alright, so I currently have 0 copies of Beckon. That's really nice news. I'm also full blocking, which is even better news. Alright, so bash, ramp. Nice. Yeah, we handled that pretty handily, honestly. We love that. We have a lot of money. We really need to prioritize hitting a shop in the next act. I think so. Like, demon form is obviously good, but at the same time, I think our damage is fine right now because we have Rampage, which steadily ramps up in damage over time. We have vulnerable application and an Inflame with like Anger sort of stuff and like AoE and stuff. Some of our damage sources actually give us block as well, and we can thin the deck well. So I think that we have enough damage to not need Demon Form. I also think that there's no reason to take Hellraiser right now. Like, this is a good power under the right context. Like, that context being you just have a shitload of cards with Strike in the name, and, like, maybe a ton of card draw. Or maybe you could do a Hellraiser Infinite with, what's that one? Pillage. The card that draws until it draws something other than an attack. Easy Infinite to get off. We don't have Pillage, and our strikes, we only have 4. So it's kind of like meh. Unmovable, though, this could be really good because we have like multiple sources of block that we get every turn that are very tiny. So Unmovable could genuinely be helpful in the long run, just survivability-wise. So I think I will take that. Oral Boss. Okay, so we're fighting the Knowledge Demon. That's bad news. Knowledge Demon. Knowledge Demon. Knowledge Demon. Alright, so this piece of shit. Let's see. Our deck does not deal with the added damage that he deals at the end of every turn very easily because our block is like decent, but ultimately only okay. Um, I think I think we're gonna need to find some more cycle for the deck by the time we get to him, so that we'd be able to take the Mind Rot debuff that makes you draw one less card every turn. Um, I think taking the Sloth debuff that makes it so that you can only play 3 cards a turn might not be doable for this deck on account of the like angers and wanting to draw and wanting to like, yeah, so we'll have to take that there, but the less energy on the third one is also a little bit rough, but by then we might be able to get through with anger spam. So I think the thing that we want the most is card draw, and maybe a way to scale Rampage quicker. Like, obviously we want an anger upgrade too. But if we could get Rampage scaled faster, that would be good. If we could get like a punch dagger to put momentum on Rampage, that would be wonderful. If we could get Headbutt to Rampage and put Headbutt back into the top of the draw pile, that would be good. If we could get something like Stampede to help play Anchor or Rampage, or something like Aggression, I think it's called. It'll pull an attack from your discard, put it back into your hand, and upgrade it if it can be upgraded. Um, that might also be helpful, but that might just be helpful in general for anger spam and stuff like that. Yeah, I think those are some pretty valid things that we could kind of look out for, as well as other things. But let's see what Ouroboros gives us as options before we kind of move on. Imbued on a skill. Autoplay at start of combat. So I've tried that, and it is free when you play it at the start, which is really cool. So the thing is that all of my skills basically have block gain, and I don't want to waste Fan Brace every single fight. If the turn one, it's just not necessary. Which a lot of the time it is, and a lot of the time it isn't. We can get a Luminess, which has Retain, and it just gives energy, which is kind of nice. I think that just helps in general with things like playing Bash and Unmovable. Or we could take Break, which makes Bash fucking cracked. We actually really want the Vulnerable, because the only card in our deck that applies it is Bash at the moment, and we're kind of relying on it. And so, because that is the case, there's no reason to not take that. I talked myself into that pretty easily. So this... I don't like this. Rotate the screen. That is a sad face right there. I don't like that the two shops are right next to each other, man. I mean, I could at the first one see nothing, go to the second one, buy stuff, I guess, but it also feels like a waste. I could pivot and go this way, though. If I do go this way, what's it like? I could Elite, Fire, Elite, Fire, Elite, Fire. Well, it's not that bad. But, like, what's over here if I go this way? No running away, but Fire Elite, Shop, Fire, Fight. Yeah, it's, I mean, in theory, it's good. Alternatively, bunch of fights, rack some stuff up, maybe get some events, Fire, two elites over here, or one elite over here. This way has early shop, elite, fire, elite, fire. Yeah, I kind of like the right best. I'm gonna go right. I know I could have blocked that, but I just wanted Inflame in play. You know? Now that I'm not fighting the Soulfish anymore, I almost kind of want to leave this in his hands. Not erasing my defense more quickly than necessary might actually help the deck a little bit, if I'm being honest. Wow, that's really unfortunate that I didn't get break here. I have to play Rampage for scaling, though. You know what relic would go really good in the deck right now? What's it called? Kusarigama? Kusarigama would go crazy. Every 3 attacks deal 6 damage. I got 2 turns, right? I really don't feel like taking 1 damage from breakthrough here. Yeah, good. Another skill potion is interesting. Ashen Strike is also interesting. Wait, juggling. The reason I think about juggling is because with anger, it becomes very easy to attack spam. And by the time I get a bunch of angers to attack spam, they could fall into my hand at the same time as a rampage I've already built up, which would give me a second copy. Or in the short term, I could even use it to get an extra anger and then like hit with it immediately and then just get more attacks, which could help with fights, which is interesting, and I kind of like that idea. It also kind of, if I get the first example where Rampage gets built up and then I could get a second copy, it would help with scaling for the Knowledge Demon, which is technically a way that does what we said we needed, which was get more damage scaling. Or we could take Ashen Strike and then take our second wind back. Forgot the name of the card for a second. Jeez. Between second wind and 2 copies of True Good, I assume Ashen Strike would actually hit for a lot of damage. I think the juggling might be a little too complicated when Ashen Strike is just really easy to do. This is an interesting idea, though. I kind of want to do it for fun. I have yet to try Ashen Strike, so I'm just going to take it. And because I took it, I'm going to take this back. Ooh. There's a double shop literally right there. So in case you guys didn't know, you can throw these at a merchant and get 100 gold. Like this. And now suddenly I'm rich. Okay, let's see. Seeker Strike. Deal 6 damage. Choose 1 of 3 cards in your draw pile to add to your hand. That's interesting, and I almost want to try it because it could help with getting Rampage, or just kind of other things in general into my hand quicker, which could help. Is this a Warpaint? Hit skills. What would it hit other than defend right now? Battle Trance and the second wind, and that's it? 50-50? Don't know about that, Chief. I know I have no potions right now, but 240 is steep. Love Happy Flower. Love to see that. I think this is a get rid of a strike moment. I think Mazaleth's Gift solves the entire boss fight as well, so we're going to take that. And we're going to actually go this way now. 30. 43. I could kill the back guy, but then I'm taking a lot of damage. I'd rather do this. Do I want to draw here? Not really. That went really well. I even healed back up. All right. Setup strike is really interesting and engaging in the deck with anger. I think that might be cool to do. Do I need more attacks, though? Hard to say. Maybe not. It's not even upgraded. It would be interesting, but there's a shop here with 400 gold. I might end up buying a card here too. Here, so we'll see. Oh my god! We were just talking about this. That's crazy. Guys? Guys? I just made the ultimate copy of Rampage. This is the strongest Rampage to ever exist, unless you have one with replay, which I suppose would technically be better. But, fuck you. That's really sick. I can't believe I spoke that into existence. I could get rid of another strike here, because I definitely want to call the deck and don't need it. But I want Burning Pet. Oh, I can afford both? Exactly on the dollar? That's hype as hell. Never mind. I'm a huge fan of the double shot, man. Wow, that's an interesting first turn. All right. Things have suddenly become precarious. $18.24. I want a Centennial Puzzle, man. Alright, play Unmovable. Ow. Ow. Play Rampage. Battle Trance. Play Second Wind. Now suddenly we're blocking for full. Hit this guy. Played Rampage first just in case that exact thing happened when I battle tranced, because I saw that I had 2 in the draw pile and it drew 3. So making sure to be aware of your reshuffle is a really solid, good strategy. I would like 2. Play a True Grit, probably on this anger. So then I can smack you and then play you. Tetchy Millipede is a rough fight for me right now. Happy Flower went off, so that's really good. I think I Burning Packed another anger. Alright, interesting. So I could fucking die. Or I could just not play Breakthrough. Suppose. $18 plus 18 is 36 damage. kind of feel like I need to kill something, but in order to do that, I gotta break. I was kind of trying to tee up so that these would kill. $30.37. Oh, I'm weak. Damn. That's kind of rough. Taking 8 more damage is really bad. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. It ends up working out. See, our block is pretty decent with unmovable. It's pretty good. It's okay. Fiend Fire. Fiend Fire. Exhaust your hand, deal damage. Paired with Ashen Strike. Oh my god, how do I say no to you, dude? That's pretty decent whetstone, too. It's definitely an unmovable upgrade for sure. If I go this way and then I pivot here, there's a chance that this is a fight which nullifies the Venerable T set. If I go this way, I go here, get that, then get that, and then guarantee the Venerable T set. So I'm going to go this way. Letter opener is not bad. I don't think I'll use it often, but I mean, I'll always take one. Do I want to ditch something? This is not a fight where I want to win with anger spam, so I guess I could just get rid of this to help Ashen Strike out. I don't want to get rid of all my block cards right now, though. Like I was saying, I think this is an example, a pretty good example even, of just benefiting from not doing that. None of this is necessary. Love to see it. Hell yeah, guys. And then we hit with another U. And get lethal. I love the direction the deck is going now. Oh my god, yes! Yes! Headbutt is exactly what we needed. For as much as I want to scale Rampage, I think Break here is important. When it comes to dealing with the hatchlings, it's like kill them when you can. Don't focus it. You just got to deal with the Oviraptor. Like it's rough because when they're hatching, like any damage you deal gets immediately repaired when they've come out. So key is to not let them build up, but also it's 17. I can't kill either, so I might as well just attack you while you're. Hit you into you. Tee up the easy kill with Ashen Strike. I said tee up the easy kill with Ashen Strike. I said tee up the easy kill with Ashen Strike. Okay, maybe not. That's fine. I guess we'll just do it with Break. I forgot how strong we are. Taunt? Taunt is acceptable. Break is sometimes difficult to play, and Taunt gives block. I'm okay with taking one. Okay, so what do we want to get now? I think prioritize. Anger has become a secondary mode of damage, and we have Inflame, so I'd care less about upgrading this now than I did earlier. I think maximizing the amount of draw we get from our draw cards. Because we did say we wanted more cycle, and we're exhausting our deck really quickly, and we added a really potent extra drawing card. I think that's the key. I think that's the key. Alright, so, Entomancer, we just have to kill with Ashen and Rampage again. Okay. He does his times 7, then he does a decently sized hit, and then he gets stronger, and then he repeats, so. So the thing about Fiend Firing here is that every card exhausted deals damage as a separate hit. And every hit adds a dazed, so I don't want to actually do that. So I would rather... I've chosen Ashen Strike as my primary damage source for this fight now. And when I say primary, what I really mean is, I guess, only. Second Wind goes so well with Unmovable, by the way. Alright, we win. I guess it wasn't our only, but you know what I mean. More money. Gambler Sprue is pretty hype. Vaj is pretty good. Now, okay, interesting. Rage is pretty good. It's good to mix in there for when we do have lots of anger, because sometimes we will do this. We have a lot of attacks in general. Well, how many attacks do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 of our cards, that's 50% of our deck, and 1 propagates. Meanwhile, our skills exhaust went a lot quicker because of you. And yeah, Rage is good. In short, Rage good. Louse Progenitor. I think... pretty easy call. Oh, shoot. I should have headbutt first. I was playing too quick. I only looked at my draw pile at the last second. Whoops. That's okay. We want that for the boss fight incoming. We want that for the boss fight incoming. We want this. Maybe a little less. No. Let's think first. Gambler's Brew is pretty good. I guess it would help with setting up a good Fiend Fire on a turn where my hand is really tight and full. It would help me get to certain things quicker, which is more valuable than 12 block, probably. So, yep, that's it. That's it. That's the one. Taking that one. That one's good. All right. Do we need to pop Mazelet's gift? Well, he's got 400 HP, and our damage is sky high. Under the right conditions, mind. I don't know. I'm gonna say maybe. But keep headbutt in case I get rampage from this. Alright. I think because of all of this setup, I do not need to use this, so I will hold it until Act 3, unless I really need the strength to win the fight, but I don't think I will. So I'll start with Rampage. And then I'll send Rampage back for next turn with Headbutt. I can't draw cards anymore, so I can't use Burning Pact. Afterwards, I'll hit with Break to add a lot more vulnerable, and now suddenly things are looking really good, after which I'll hit with a Burning Pact, even though I can't draw because I don't want to exhaust Burning Pact. I want to keep it. Remember, we said we need the draw. And then I'm going to hit with a Fiend Fire. I know I got rid of one of our Ashen Strikes, but we don't necessarily need both. I took one more for consistency of getting it off. This, I think, is a good move because now we have 6 cards exhausted, so this deals a lot more. I think we've scaled exponentially so far. Draw 1 fewer each turn is fine. We said we would take that, so we will. Rampage. Second Wind. Unmovable. True Grit. Defend. Alright, and now we cycle. Battle Trance Plus. Rage. Rampage. Headbutt. Put Rampage back. Ashen Strike. True Grit. I'll actually take Sloth here because I literally only need 1 card to kill. Nice. That went really well. You see what I mean? The results of preparation pay off in dividends. You really need to just kind of take it as it comes and work your way to the boss from the beginning of the act. You need to identify what you need, and you need to get that. And if you don't, gotta steer, like our last run on Friday, Defect. Which I hold, even after reviewing the footage, was still kind of unlucky. Maybe not as unlucky as I made it seem with my kind of drama, but it was, it was still a little bit rough. I think in this deck, Our block between Unmovable and Vambrace so far has proven to be okay and good enough, which is wonderful news. It means I don't necessarily need Crimson Mantle, though I do love this card. Mangle. The strength down is sick. The fact that it's a strength down that plays over and over because it doesn't exhaust is sick, but the 3 cost, little bit steep for this deck. Dark Embrace, meanwhile, is a draw engine that scales with the thing that the deck does. Instant take. Okay, we're fighting Queen. Interesting. Interesting. We have a good amount of money. I think an early shop is good. There are no late shops, so an early shop is the only shop we're getting, unless RNG decides to just tell us otherwise. I think we see what Nonu PP has to say first. Now, the Delicate Frond is good. Do I need it? Nah, probably not. Apotheosis. Kind of seems like all the important stuff in our deck is already upgraded, except for Dark Embrace, but we could easily fix that. So again, I'm not going to be taking it, which is sad, because I really want an Apotheosis run at some point. Yeah, I don't know about the Delicate Frond. Like, I know that it's good, but I have 1 potion that I'm literally holding until Queen. So it's only going to be effective, like, for 2 of them, which isn't necessarily bad, but Swift 3 is really good. I could put Swift on Rage, and I could put Swift on Anger. Swift on Anger is incredible. Wait a minute. Swift on Anger, it'll play, and then, wait. I think we learned this when we did that science with the momentum anger last week. Wait a minute. We were talking in the comments of the short I made about that. I think if you put Swift on an anger, it'll create a copy of anger and then trigger Swift, right? Because that's what happened with momentum, right? We got to try this. We have to try this. We have to. I need to know how this is going to be so broken if it works. Absolutely Swift me anger. Absolutely Swift me rage. Absolutely Swift me on Swift my wait a minute. So the card resolves and then Swift triggers, right? So like if I headbutt Rampage, it'll then draw it? Let's find out. If that works, that's really cool. This is going to be the most Omega science test ever. Dude, if the anger thing works, if it creates a copy that still has untriggered Swift, that's what it did with Momentum. That's what it did. So, in theory, this is the most broken card in all of existence. And it might be the most cycle I've ever had on the Ironclad in both games, if that's true. Let's find out. This is going to be amazing. We get a 3 elite path if we go bing, bing, bang, but there's 0 fires between, which is questionable. More ideally, I would like to go bing, bing, boom. That's a little bit more positive. Meanwhile, to get there, there's no early fires over here, but I could go a couple events in a shop, which could have a lot of, it could bear a lot of fruit. I don't mind that. The double shop thing isn't going to happen a second time, so I'd rather just prioritize this, methinks. Let's work it out as we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, that actually works. That actually works. That's so crazy. I can exhaust the ones that have already triggered it and keep the ones that haven't. Or, well, I guess there will only ever be one that hasn't. Man, anger is so cool now. That's so cool, dude. I love it here. Man, it's 12 times 5 is 60 damage. Yeah. Dude, that's so cool. Caca. Oh, we get to check this now. All right, wait a minute. Hold. Headbutt. Anger plus. It did draw it after you headbutted it. Dude, that's so good, bro. Rage? Anger? Double Ashen? Oh, should have just broke from the beginning. Dude! Oh my goodness, that's so sick, man. That's so cool, man. That's so cool, man. I can't believe I keep finding cool combos in this game, even. Oh, it's so good. I obviously don't need to heal, so I guess I'll just lose HP to get stuff, right? Oh, Gorjat. Right on. This card loses exhaust. Wait, what can I put that on? Wait, what can I put that on? Fiend Fire? Is that the only card? Do I want a Fiend Fire that never leaves me? Or do I want the Forgotten Soul? I think I want the Forgotten Soul. I don't need a second one, really. I'm gonna take this. Hello, little friend. Hello, family. All right. Shot me. Oh, Brimstone. It's the first time I've seen this in the game. I mean, we definitely don't need it. I don't want to take it because it's like gambling with a really good run. An attack from a drop pile in your hand is crazy. I'll take a secret weapon. Take a striker move. Give me an anger. I only need 11. Honestly, I should just play it. Yeah, end turn. I think we're good here. Maybe there's an argument I shouldn't have bothered headbutting and should just went for a really big hit with Fiend Fire, but I think it literally doesn't matter based on that turn. Never punished based on that turn. Is this a just kill someone moment? This'll hit True Grit, and that's it. So deal 80 damage to someone and trigger this 8 times, and 50-50 odds it just kills this guy if I target. Or I just guarantee it. Now, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care if my deck is upgraded. My deck stands on its own as a absolutely broken monster of a deck. Just get out of my face. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. No, I keep saying it, but it's fucking true. It's so fucking true, you guys. Kill you. I guess I would want Breakthrough if I were to use Secret Weapon. Oh, it was Letter Opener that did that damage. I was like, wait, where did that come from? Feel No Pain is absolutely fucking crazy. Yeah, we'll take that. Bag of Prep? Yo? Alright. Hit the Inflame, hit the Anger. Hit the Immovable. Hit the Battle T. Both Ashen are in the hand. That's rough, but we do have Rampage to still scale. But at the same time, it's kind of like, why use Fiend Fire at all if I don't have one of these, right? That's like the whole point. And there's like a lot of things I lose if I do this right now, so I would rather this'll hit Burning Pact and nah. So the cool thing about no draw is, and this is, you're not drawing it, you're just fucking taking it and putting it in your hand. Apparently it's not the same thing, Lamau. Alright, cycle the deck a bit. Hit me with one of these. Hit me with one of those. Might as well hit you with that. I'd like to get rid of your artifact. Someday. Oh wow, this turn sucks. Okay, so I could get... 20 of the 40 block I needed. Wonderful. Ow. Hit him with the most broken anger of all time. Hit me with the rage. Hit me with the battle T. Hit him with this. I know I just exhausted both Ashen's and my Rampage there, but it's okay because I have 3 strength and a shitload of attacks, and he's so low that I kind of just have this. Yeah, see, I only need 22. Worked out. All cards containing strike gain 1 replay this combat. I have a strike. And an... Oh! Ashen Strike is a strike? Guys, I think I found the strategy for Queen. Wait. Do I take this now? Wait. Do I take it now? I think I take it now. Ooh. Interesting. I'll take a Hellraiser upgrade. Alright, Glowpit is about to get wrecked. What can I pull? Rampage? Nah, Headbutt. Headbutt's where it's at. Yeah, we're fine. Colorless or reflects? Nah. Second wind, this one being upgraded. Howl from Beyond goes pretty hard with things like Fiend Fire and True Grit, but I don't need the damage. Second wind seems unnecessary, even though it's upgraded. I think I block enough. Okay, Soul Nexus. I really need a Dark Abyss upgrade. I haven't been able to play it once, but I might want it here. Although it seems irrelevant now that I have the fucking beautiful bracelet anger combo. Oh my god, favorite combo so far in this game, man. Craziness. Alright, play Unmovable, and then we play Taunt. Easiest block of our frickin' lives. Then we play Feel No Pain, because there's no reason not to. That shit's god tier right now. Hit that Burning Pact. Hit that Anger. Ooh. Seemed like a good turn. I don't know, kind of crazy. Wow, I fucking love Ashen Strike, man. That is crazy. Oh. 1-2 punch is great for Rampage and Break. Extra relic. Oh, Horncleat. Nice. I shan't say no to a Horncleat. Alright. Let's fucking crush it, guys. This one's gonna be easy. Hit that Mazaleth Gift. Hit that Soldier's Stew. So now... Replay 1, replay 1. Replay 1. That's awesome. I love the Soldier's Stew. Alright, we hit the Feel No Pain. We hit the Iron Wave. Hit the Rage. We hit that to get it out of hand. I want to get Hellraiser in play. That's awesome. And then... if possible, I would also really like to get Dark Embrace or Unmovable in play. I'll just get the Inflame, I guess. Wait, did that? Wait, so Hellraiser played it, but I could still play these? Wait, Hellraiser supersedes Bound? What the hell? That's insanity! Alright, so we hit the Dark Embrace. Then we just face tank a bunch of damage, I think. Alright. We got all our powers in play. So now, our Rampage has yet to scale, so this is truly Ashen Strike's job. First we hit with Anger Plus. Oh, that was sick. And then we hit with a Rampage, and then we Headbutt onto an Anger Plus. Oh, right, it was Bound. That's fine. We're gonna hit this into... Okay, so we still have both Ashen Strikes with Replay 1. And they autoplay. And we have 12 cards here. This should be easy. Theoretically. Okay. Headbutt, Ashen Strike. Headbutt into 1-2 punch. Wait, I'm guaranteed one. And I might get the other. Definitely flex pot this turn and then hit the battle trend. Well, hit the 1-2 first. Nice, man. That was a good run. Oh my god. That anchor tech with the beautiful bracelet is absolutely busted. Absolutely busted. That was incredible. Oh man, do you even know your name? Yeah, don't worry, Ironclad. I would have done that too. What an asshole, man. Oh boy. All right. Real quick, we go into thoughts. We go into a little bit into thoughts. So we needed a card that scaled really well. Rampage helped with that in Act 1. It helped quite a bit. It was really useful. And then when we put momentum on it, it became also very useful, even still. And it held up for a while until Act 3, and where it became kind of supplementary and less useful. Breakthrough was phenomenal in the early game, and then it fell off, but it was okay because I just made it an easy exhaust target, and it kind of helped the deck. Inflame was an okay pick. It was mid. The Iron Waves ended up helping out way more than I thought, because we just needed more instances of block because, well, we didn't get the big block cards, so we make do with what we get, you know? The anchor thing is the most fun experience of all time. Holy crap, that is stupid. That was stupid. I loved that. As usual, Battle Trance is goated. Even though it shuts down other card draw, just hit it last. Most of the, I mean, it's zero cost. It's very good. Unmovable, as always, is extremely good, especially when you pair it with Vambrace on the first turn, which happened a few times this run, which is awesome. Normally, I don't take break, but the extra vulnerable proved useful in quite a few fights. It was very helpful. I'm glad I took it. Ashen Strike was extremely fun to play. It's the first time I've tried it, as I said. The Soldier's Stew and the Hellraiser made it absolutely insane. Yeah, what else is there to say? The headbutt tech with the anger was pretty cool. I really enjoyed pulling that off. Yeah. Goated. Yeah, no, that's very fun. That deck came together really early and really fast and kind of never stopped. I really liked that. That was a fun run. All right. Anyway, I guess that's enough for today. So tomorrow we're going to be doing the silent, and well, our last silent run was um toxic egged into infinity is like the only accurate way to put it. So I really hope that our next run is going to be just as good. So far our luck has been pretty good. I haven't lost a single run. Um, that's pretty hype. I'm not against showing my losses on the channel during the climb, so you know, it's actually kind of crazy that I've yet to lose. I know I'm on low ascension, so again, it's not that impressive. But even so, even so, sometimes you just get shit on and it's kind of out of your hands. That does happen sometimes, once in a while. Even if you plan, you'll always lose eventually. Even the top players lose eventually. But to be fair, I guess that's on Ascension 10. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you tomorrow and have a good rest of your night. Thank you for watching. Catch you later.